Hi, my name is Rick Phelps. I'm 58 years old. This is my lovely wife, Phyllis June. We've been together since 1978, and a year and a half ago I was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. I'm going to let Phyllis June tell you a little bit about the struggles we've been through, and then I'll close it up.
Hi. Basically, what I wanted to let you know on this is what we went through since his diagnosis a year and a half ago. As far as some of the struggles we've been through, how it affects us and our family. Basically, I do a lot of reminding. I remind Rick a lot about his medications, about stuff he wants to do. You know, he'll say, well, today I'm going to do something, and then he'll totally forget if I don't call him from work because I work during the day. And that's changed us in that sense as far as, reminding him of a lot of stuff that he wouldn't, otherwise wouldn't have had to be reminded of. The keeping track of where he's at, basically, a lot. We keep in contact all day long through the computer or telephone and emails, which, we do that a lot more now than we used to. I got to, keep track of where he's at and make sure everything's okay. And it's really affected us in that sense because, it's just more so now than before, the reminders and, trying to keep his mental attitude up when you say basically,
Yeah, every day is a struggle for me. It's been that way for a long time. This disease changes everything when it comes to your daily activities, and that's what we're trying to bring to the forefront, the awareness. I've been to about 3 or 4 neurologists, and I tell everybody that I run into that wants to talk about this disease that nobody knows this disease better than a patient. Everything that I go through and I tell on these daily videos that I do them on my good days and my bad days, and it talks about the forgetfulness and not being able to read anymore. I mean, I can read, but I can't read anything over 2 or 3 paragraphs because then I forget what was in the first paragraph, and not being able to do new things because I just don't have the ability to learn anymore. A lot of things are taken away from you, but yet, the day I was diagnosed, it was like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders because I was trying to convince everybody, my family and my doctor, that something was dreadfully wrong. And that's a vital point with this disease, early detection. I think we've talked about this for a long time now, and I think I might have been, I had these, I know I had these memory deficits back as much as 4 or 5 years before I was officially diagnosed, but just being able to tell people that, everybody's in denial with this disease. That's the terrible part of this disease is denial. I think Phyllis June herself was in denial for not very long, maybe just a few days.
Yeah, most definitely in the denial because you think, that can't be right. They need to do more tests or something. You're only 57 years old, and of course, the more neurologists you see and the more tests you do, and it becomes official. So at that point in time, you kind of get rid of the denial and you have to learn to move on and go forward with, what you have to work with and do the best you can do.
Well, like I said, I started these videos way back January 1st, and the reason why I did this was kind of a fluke. I tried to keep a journal, an everyday journal that I would do on my iPad, but I would forget to write in it every day, and I'd miss 2 or 3 days, and I wouldn't remember what happened the first day or second day, so it just didn't work out. So I did these videos, and as a fluke, I just put them on Memory People. It's a social networking site that I started up, and people really enjoyed them, and I've had hundreds of reviews of these from caregivers to patients and family members, and that's what it's all about. It's about
nursing officials, doctors.
Yeah, right? It's about bringing this disease to the forefront. It's not about Rick Phelps. It's about a patient that has this disease and wants to share it. That's the thing. And I tell everybody while I still can, and that's exactly what it is. I don't know whether I have 6 months to communicate like this or 6 years. Nobody knows that. So I want everything done like yesterday. I'm a pretty anxious guy.
Right.
So,
yes.
well, I want to thank Kim for giving us the opportunity to do this and share these videos with her listeners, and then also I'm going to be able to take part in a radio show once a month, and I'm really looking forward to taking phone calls and questions, because that's what it's all about. I answer every question that anybody asks me as truthful as I can. And but I also tell people, remember this, because I may say that's what happens to me. That may not be what happens with your mother, your father, or grandmother. You know, once you met an Alzheimer's patient, you've met one Alzheimer's patient. Everyone is indeed different. So, all right, we're going to close now, but I appreciate you taking your time. I'm looking forward to talking to a bunch of people.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
ya.